Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to Ignite Humanity Live. I'm JBO and your host, and always, I'm excited to be here to talk about ways to ignite humanity, ways that we can uplift ourselves to uplift the world and make a big impact. This morning, I was thinking and talking to my guests in our pre-show about what's on your heart today. What is in your heart? What are you feeling? And your emotions and the things that are transpiring for you are vitally important. Are you feeling on your heart today you'd like to go out and help somebody? You'd like to serve. You'd like to do more. You'd like to increase. You'd like to improve. Whatever it is, really dialing into that and knowing the things that you can do, what's important to you is valuable because that's going to push you forward and get you excited about what you're up to today. And then that is going to make a ripple effect in others. The reason we do this show is because each and every one of us has the power and the ability to ignite our own lives. And in doing so, we ignite the lives of others. We become a magnet and a beacon and a frequency to inspire and encourage others that they too can ignite their lives and do something for the sake of humanity. Now, the interesting thing is we do this to bring us closer together. We want you to feel connected to other people and inspired by their stories, what we call ignite moments, the moment in their life that something really changed for them. It sort of awakened them and got them excited. Those ignite moments become the precipice of moving forward in our lives. And when we share those moments and we talk about them in ways that inspire one another, we actually feel compelled and inspired to do that ourselves. And that's why Ignite Moments are so powerful, and we love to talk about them on the show. Well, if you're feeling something in your heart today like you'd like to give, well, we'd love to share with you that we are building schools overseas in third world countries, and we are igniting the lives of children. You can be a part of that giving nature and sharing and igniting lives by donating to our charity. Every single dollar you donate buys a brick for one of our schools made from recycled plastics out of the landfills, really doing a good job. We'd love for you to be a part of igniting the children and the schools, so please donate below. All right, well, we've got a fun show with lots of fun things happening, and we always want you to feel ignited. So we bring people from around the world to be a part of what we're doing to ignite you and share with you and inspire you and encourage you and give you the gifts that you need to go out and do something magnificent. All right. Well, Brigitta Hoeferle is a German female business owner that lives the American dream. She is a tenacious and fun master speaker and coach. And by strategically leading leaders from the heart with knowledge, she creates a legacy unlike anything you have ever experienced. She is an amazing individual. I absolutely adore her. We have so much fun because we always show up. We sometimes wear the same glasses. One time we were wearing the same checkered shirt. One time we showed up with the same kind of pearl necklace. We always have so fun. We're like a mirror to each other, and we love igniting lives. We love creating legacy. And here she is, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show.
Oh my goodness. Woo-hoo. What a way to start our Tuesday. I love it. Thank you for having me, JB. It is an absolute honor.
It's so fun to have you because we always have fabulous conversations. We love inspiring one another, and that just permeates out into the world. You are correct. It is a Tuesday, so it's all about awakening. We want to encourage people to wake up to what's possible. I know you and I talk about that all the time. Give our folks a little bit of background of some of your zone of genius and the things that you love to do.
So my zone of genius is assisting others to truly plug into who are they, right? What do you stand for? Who are you? Who do you get to be? That's the most important part of my work, and it's the funnest part because you were talking about children earlier, and that's where my heart is. That's where my entire energy goes. And when we came to the United States, I came to the United States to build a school, and that's what I did. The school now has 125 students. We're going to 250 next school year. So my heart beats for children, and as I was teaching children, I was allowing them to truly become who they are, because they're already equipped with everything that they need. And we get to, as adults, we get to model for them. We get to be a role model for them of what the possibilities are for them. And, you can appreciate this, JB, to my 17-year-old who's graduating in 3 weeks. she's kind of terrified a little bit of, if I go to school now and I go to university, do I have to do this my entire life? And I'm like, honey, no one knows exactly where their path is going to lead to. But what you do know is in your core, who are you? What do you stand for? And she's very defined in that. And that's, when I see adults, when I see children, when I see adolescents just stepping into that, who am I? And what do I get to do? Who do I get to be in this world? Ooh, that just gives me the goosebumps.
Well, we are parallel because I also have a teenager graduating in a few weeks, and same thing. What am I supposed to do, and what's the plan, and what am I going to do in the fall, and all these questions. And I'm just like you. Just be yourself, be who you are. I always tell people it's so exhausting not to be yourself. It takes so much extra work, it takes so much extra effort. And so, the truth be told, is it's a great conversation because humanity wants you to be you. There's enough of all those other people in the world doing all those other things. You being you is truly the gift to humanity. It doesn't have to be building a skyscraper, leaping over a tall building, ending a war. Really, you just being you with your gifts and talents is going to make the biggest impact on humanity. Can you share a little bit about that? Because some people may be feeling, well, I don't really know what I'm good at, or I don't really know who I am.
Yeah. I feel for those people. And if they would just, for that those kind of people, I ask, just be still for a moment, be still for a longer period of time, and truly feel like what triggers you, what really do you dislike. Then look at the flip side. What do you really stand for? Like, what's your code of honor? So when I, looking back, I literally had the exact same questions as my 17-year-old had. To me, when and this was before graduating, I asked my mom, I said, and this was in Germany, Mom, if I decide to go, you can go through 9th grade, through 10th grade, or through 13th grade in Germany. If I decide at age 13 to go through 13th grade to go to university, do I have to do that the rest of my life? And she's like, honey, you're never going to do one thing for the rest of your life. That's not who you are. So she already saw that when I was 13. And I want to go a little bit further back. Even when I was 6 years old, I was sitting on the floor in our living room in a small village in Germany. It was beautiful, 600 people. I think at this point they have 850 people in this village, surrounded by vineyards. It's gorgeous. I couldn't wait to get the heck out of there quick enough. But, I was sitting on our living room floor in front of our black and white little TV, and I was watching a children's show. My mom usually would not allow me to watch any kind of advertisement or anything, but I think she was in the kitchen doing something, and advertisement came on, and it showed these little children with bloated bellies and flies covered in flies. And I'm watching them, and it said donate to Bread for the World. And I didn't know what that meant, but I was crying. And even thinking back at that moment, it's still very emotional to me. And I said, Mommy, I want to help these children. I was 6 years old. Mommy, I want to help these children. How can I help them? And she goes, honey, I don't know how you can help them. What do you want to do? And so I went to my room and I thought about it, and I came back and I said, hey, we all have toys. And I have, this might shock some of you. I was the leader of all of the kids in our little village. And I said, I can ask all of my friends to gather their toys. We're going to do a yard sale in the center of the village in front of the bread house where the women would make their pies and bread on a Saturday. And we would sell it, and the money that we would make, we can donate to Bread for the World. And Mom thought that was a great idea. So how are you going to do that? So I said, well, will you help me buy poster boards? We'll, create poster boards. We'll hang them up around the village. We'll even go into the villages outside, and we'll, do a call for this yard sale. So we did that. We made 180 Deutschmarks, which now may be equivalent to, I don't know, 120, 150 US dollars, something like that.
Wow.
So we made that, and so my mom helped me, we send it off, and months passed, and I already forgot about it. And we got a letter from Bread for the World that said, thank you. Thank you for making a difference. Oh, getting these goosebumps again. So that was the beginning of me awakening. Little did I know what I was doing, but I was, in that very moment, I realized that's what I stand for. And there is not a single time that I can watch anything with children that I don't cry or that I don't get emotional. Like, to this day, I just have to think about the movie Annie, and I just get super emotional. It's just a trigger. But that moves me so much, and it makes me so passionate that everything else is clear. This is my path. This is what I'm going to do for this reason.
Well, I was just thinking, like, how powerful is that? Because at 6 years old, you were already igniting humanity. And now, here, just a few decades later, you're on this show, right? About igniting humanity, and you're living your truth, and you're still doing it. And you've built a school already, and you've made conscious decisions and choices, and you've been yourself. You just literally, every time I meet you, you just show up you. And it's fantastic at 6 years old that your mom fostered that and said, okay, let me support you in that. Let's encourage you to do that. And so for all the parents who are listening, and when your children show up with a wonderful idea to help, even in their own naivete, the beauty of that, foster that, encourage that, ignite that in them. And I think what you shared was so special, because you didn't let that stop you. You didn't let being in a small village, you didn't let your black and white TV, like, there was nothing that was going to harness in your desire. And I think that's a big part of being ourselves, is unleashing our desires, our true desires, our and we all have that desire to help and to support others. I think that is deep within us all. And part of this show is percolating that, stirring that cauldron, getting that, putting some flame to that kindle of how can we help others? How can we support others? Let's go back to what you said right at the top of the show, being yourself. Are there some tools and strategies that you can suggest where people can get more comfortable in stepping into their personal greatness?
Yeah. Well, first of all, it takes being very clear. Who do I get to be?
Mm-hmm.
Who am I in my core? What sets me off? And on the flip side, what do I really stand for? Like, what gives me the goosebumps? What gives me this fulfilled feeling inside? And defining that. So who do you get to be? What do you get to stand for? And defining that with a code of honor. I just had this conversation with my 21-year-old who lives in Munich, in Germany. And she says, how come I get to, if someone from work or a friend calls, I am putting that above what I stand for and what I do. Why is that, Mom? And I said, well, have you defined your code of honor? Like, what comes first, what comes second, what comes third? She goes, oh, I haven't. And I said, well, when you define that, and then someone from the outside comes in and says, hey, will you do this, or can you do that? Well, then it's easy to look back and go, actually, I had a meditation session for myself. That comes first. But if you're not clear, then of course there's going to be other things that are going to fill your space. And that's not anyone's problem but your own. Because you haven't made a conscious effort defining what comes first for me, and then what comes second, and then what comes third. So I call that the code of honor. What do you stand for? Like, what moves you, and what is it that you need?
Yeah, similar mirrors again. When my son was starting high school, the night before he started high school, he was really nervous. I was sitting there talking to him. He said, I'm really nervous about high school. I don't know what to do when I get there. I said, well, first of all, you want to decide who you want to be. What do you want to be known for? Do you want to be the class clown? Do you want to be the athlete? Do you want to be the guy who helps everybody get to the finish line? Or do you want to be the jerk in the cafeteria? Like, what do you want to be known for? Because what you are known for is what people relate to you as, and that attests to your actions. How do you show up? How do you behave? But really understanding what do you want to be known for actually helped him make a decision on how he wanted to start school, what he wanted to be known for throughout his graduation or throughout his graduating years. I think we all can do that. We show up at a party. What do we want to be known for? The person who was friendly and helped everybody and made sure that everybody had a good time, or the person who spent, the party being loud and obnoxious? When we go to a job, what do we want to be known for? When we step into a relationship, how do we want to be known? I think that's a really key, important, intentional decision that we can make. And I think we can even dial it right down to every single morning. I can wake up and be, what do I want to be known for today? A person who solved problems, a person who helped humanity, a person who took care of my kids. And I think that just saying that really awakens us, there's that word again, to the choice. We all have a choice. You're an incredible NLP practitioner. Can you talk a little bit about the power of choice?
Yes, I love it. I call it the C word, and it is choice. Because at any given moment, we can make that decision, and the more we practice it, the more we can make those decisions upon our code of honor. So we first got to be dialed in to show up consistently, and when we show up consistently, we can act upon the choice that we have. Do I want to come out of in NLP we call it, do I come out of effect, like I am reacting to something, or am I proactive? Am I coming out of at cause? Am I the owner of my decision, or do I allow someone else to make that decision for me? Right? So it's effect versus cause, or cause versus effect. And when we can realize that we have a choice any given moment, even if things are happening to us from the outside, we have a choice. How do I want to react? Or how do I want to act? Or what am I going to do in that situation? If someone just comes at me with their own aggression or their own stuff, I have a choice. Do I want to feed that? Do I want to remove myself? Do I want to stay present and hold the space? What do I want to do? Because it's not just one way. It's not just one thing. When we can see choice, it opens up, oh my gosh, there's opportunities and possibilities there.
And,
That's
we tell the
powerful.
universe too, in different ways, indirectly, consciously, subconsciously, what we choose. If we're always choosing drama, if we're always choosing conflict, if we're always choosing chaos, indirectly, we're perpetuating that with our language, with our behaviors. And the power of choice is that we can literally choose to only attract ease and comfort, to only create loving relationships, to only be in situations that are healthy. And when the universe, slams us up against, or tests us even with challenges and chaos and all the drama, we literally have that moment, that pivotal, that ignite moment where we can say thank you, but no thank you, I choose this. And I think that many of us, especially people who are evolving and stepping into consciousness, are saying, yes, we know that the world is chaotic. Yes, we know humanity is being challenged, but I choose this instead, and I'm going to go on this trajectory because I know that's going to make the biggest impact.
Yeah. And it starts with me, right? Because as humans, we're so quick at pointing fingers and going, that needs to change, and you need to change, and this must change, and all of the, outward fingers that we're pointing. But if we're really clear, there are actually now 6 fingers pointing back at me. So it starts with me. If I want change, if I want to make this world a better place, it starts with me. And it's exactly, what you said. It's not just the actions that we take. It's written all over our language of how we communicate and how we not communicate. It's not just the verbal, it's the nonverbal. What is it? What difference are we making? And by taking inventory and making the right choices. Now, there's no judgment. What is the right choice? Only you know in any given moment. And Miguel Ruiz wrote in the 4 Agreements, always do your best. And when you always strive to do your best, and sometimes the best, JB, is just the best that we can do in that moment.
Right.
But if you really look back and go, did I really do my best at that given moment? You take inventory of that, and then you go, yeah, I actually did.
Mm-hmm.
And then, learn from that. There's one of the laws of NLP states there is no failure, only feedback. Learn from that. If you look at that one situation, you go, you know what, I could have, should have, would have done this. That is a learning opportunity for next time.
Mm-hmm.
And having grace for ourselves to show up consistently and continue to learn. Leaders are learners.
Yes.
And if you call yourself a leader and you say, you know what, I know that, I'm cool with that, I got it, I'm sorry, I cannot take you serious as a leader. Leaders are continuous learners. And that means that we got to stay present and take inventory and evaluate ourselves at any given moment. What else can I do to create? I call it win-win-win. Who wins? Do I just win? Then that's just ego, right? You and I win. Well, that's, the normal scenario. But when we create win-win-wins, you win, I win, and the community wins, and our families win, and the people that we get in touch with, they win. It creates that bigger and bigger ripple.
And I want to say back to your original story. I mean, you were in a village of 600 people and you did something super impactful in that little community. And a lot of us are so aspiring to make impact around the globe, impact across the nation, impact with 100 million followers. And I just want to really point out that the beauty of your story is you can make a massive impact in a very small, just you, your family, you, your neighborhood, you, your community, you, your small town. And that impact that you make in that small environment ripples out. You did something, 600 people in your village that went out and helped children around the globe. That just goes to show that we don't have to be aspiring for that big thing out there, that big number, that big across the globe. It does start with us. It does start right at home with our own attitude, our own personality. What do you want to be known for? What do you want to be remembered for? What is your code? I love all of that. We could talk on and on and on. And I actually feel like I would love to extend my show. And I'm my biggest learner. I get to show up every day and listen to all of my guests share great, incredible things. We have about 3 minutes left. And I feel like I haven't even asked you with the good stuff. Haven't even got below the surface. Can you share, what do you want people to know about you so that they realize, I got that golden nugget on Ignite Humanity from Brigitta, and she told me, and that has stuck with me, and that I'm going to do something with that message.
I'm a big believer in deep listening. We hear active listening. When we get to listen, and listening doesn't just happen with our ears. Listening happens with our sense of feeling. Listening happens with our eyes. In NLP, we call it calibration. We calibrate with sensory acuity to others. But when we can truly, on an energetic level, listen to the person, on a feeling level, listen to where are they coming from, for what purpose are they communicating, and what is it that they need, and how can I support them in that? I think that really helps us to be more present to the conversation that I think we all either are having or we should be having, that we can tap into where they stand for. What moves the needle for them, and how can I support them in that? Because when I come from a place of, I'm interested in you, I'm listening to you, I want to learn more about you, what do you stand for, and how can I support you in that? I see you showing up consistently with that, then I can contribute to that. But that would mean, and I'm questioning the status quo, that would mean that people actually have to turn it around for themselves. Because, often go and meet someone, they're like, oh, listen to me. No, it is, don't sound interesting. Be interested on a deeper level in the other person. What is it that they offer? What is it that they're communicating? From which mindset are they communicating? And perhaps how can you support them to evolve in their mindset, to see the world from maybe a little bit of a different point of view, not 180, but maybe just a slight 1%. How can you support them? How can you tap into the purpose that they're communicating in, and the win-win-wins that they're standing for? So that's what I really, really want to leave you with, is truly plug into becoming, because your thoughts are supporting what you are becoming, and the feeling, because you're attracting what you feel, and articulating, communicating, because that's what generates your success, however you define success. How do you articulate on a nonverbal and a verbal level, and imagine what you're creating, and imagine what else you can create. So that's what I want to leave you with today. And I know
Bravo! Bravo, bravo. And it's not an end destination, right? It is a process. It continues. And you and I both agree, you've got to have fun along the way, and just insatiable with every moment of it. Enjoy it, because it is all about the process. It's about being you along the way. It's never the finish line. It's just continues and continues and continues, and you get to evolve. You are such a treasure. I adore you. Now, we're talking later this week, correct?
We are, on Thursday.
Yeah. So folks, this is so fun, because I do another show called The Legacy Lounge, where I really dial in to legacy makers and legends. And Brigitta is one of those people. She's going to be on my show Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be talking about building legacy, creating legacy. That's part of her wheelhouse. I love to talk legacy. What is a legacy? How do we build it? How do we create it? And it isn't just for the wealthy. Legacy is about leaving behind a message, leaving behind an impact and an imprint. And so Brigitta is going to be on our show, Legacy Lounge. If you want to know more about the Legacy Lounge, please check out our link. But in the meantime, before that, go to her link, find out more about her. She's an incredible teacher, trainer, coach, amazing individual, so much that you can learn and glean from her. Check out her website, and then join us on Thursdays at the Legacy Lounge. If you want to get a backstage pass and come into our special private VIP area, you can go to this link and apply for that. Otherwise, you can just show up to Traverse TV and see what we are up to and watch us. All right, gorgeous. Adore you beyond belief. And I will see you on Thursday. Thank you so much for being at Ignite Humanity Live. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you.
All right. Well, as you can see, we love to chat about ways to ignite humanity, and it all starts with you. It's your story. You get to decide. You get to create your Ignite moments. You get to define your future, and you get to be the person you want to be known for. Wake up today and decide, after watching this show, that you're going to be you. Be exactly you. Be the person that you were born to be. Do what you love. Do what you enjoy. Look at the things that you don't like and decide that that's no longer for you. You want to be the person that does that, and you are going to go forth, shine the light, and ignite the lives of others. Well, if you'd like to know more about what we're up to, please go to our website, because we have lots of details there and all kinds of information. If you'd like to be on the show, we'd love to have you fill out a type form. And thank you to the many people that have done so far. We love getting info. Please come and be on our show, fill out our type form. And of course, if you would like to watch this episode or any of our other episodes, check out our website, because we give these episodes away for free to you, to train you, to teach you, to support you, to love you, and to ignite you. All right. See you tomorrow.
Now, more than ever, we need to come together to connect with one another. We need to feel the truth in who we are and let go of everything that's happened in the past. We need to empower every person on the planet and awaken hearts, enliven souls, come together, laugh, play, rejoice, connect, create, and love. It's time to ignite humanity. We want you to be a part of something that will impact the future for everyone. We want you to tell your story, share your Ignite moment, show people who you truly are. Be a part of igniting humanity and making a difference in the world and all of our futures.